from dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day.
The federal government, through the Universal Basic Education Commission, has recently handed over the newly constructed UBEC Model Smart School to Sokoto State. The school in Sokoto is among the 36 states and FCT of its kind in Nigeria and first to be completed and inaugurated. What are the plans of the state government towards maintaining the school as well as the efforts in improving the educational standard in the state? These and more on Panorama coming to you from Sokoto Network Center. I am Sadia Umadiki. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has made a strong case for the review and strengthening of the existing African Union mechanism to enable a more robust and effective response to what he called brazen assault on democracy in parts of the continent. This was during the presentation and consideration of comprehensive report on the state of peace and security in Africa and the activities of the AU Peace and Security Council at the ongoing African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. State House correspondent Adam Sambu reports.
The comprehensive reports highlight the prevailing challenges of security in Africa and the way forward, including the implementation of what the African Union calls Master Roadmap of practical steps towards silencing the guns. For President Muhammadu Buhari, truncating democracy should also be considered as part of the gravest challenges facing the continent. In his submission during the closed session, the president noted with concern that the AU response, including sanctions, have not achieved their objectives of restoring democratic order in the affected countries and deterring potential coupists. He therefore suggested, amongst others, an adequately resourced and sustainable peace fund, as well as the full operationalization of the continental and regional logistic bases and the Africa Standby Force. He said the finalization of the AU comprehensive strategy for countering terrorism in Africa should also be expedited. In the meantime, Nigeria has been re-elected into the African Union Peace and Security Council for another 3-year mandate to represent the West African sub-region. The country is so far the only one that has sustained the membership of the Peace and Security Council since the inception of the organization in 2004. And on the sidelines of the AU summit, President Muhammadu Buhari granted audience to the Prime Minister of the State of Palestine, Mohammed Shitaye. He said Nigeria will continue to pursue peace and progress in Africa and other parts of the world by consistently pushing for justice, fairness, and inclusiveness in global affairs. The president assured the Prime Minister that the country also remains unwavering in supporting democracy, development, and good governance, particularly in pushing for the tenets of justice as well as the rights of individuals and institutions. Prime Minister Shitaye, who commended President Buhari for his leadership role in Africa, told him that the situation in the Middle East, particularly relations with Israel, had deteriorated over the years, adding that the world needs to know the facts. From Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, says the ongoing constitutional review by the National Assembly is exploring the possibility of giving the traditional institutions official roles which will accord them more involvement in governance. He was speaking at the palace of the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari. Raliat Ibrahim reports.
Making the roles of traditional rulers constitutional, according to the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, will further improve the traditional institutions' power to mobilize the grassroots in supporting government's efforts, especially in tackling security challenges in Nigeria. This area, he knows, is being explored in the ongoing constitutional review by the National Assembly.
We believe in the 9th National Assembly that our royal fathers must have a role and a better and clearly official role and function in our constitution, so that we're able to have an all-inclusive governance structure that will ensure that our royal fathers do what they are doing today in a more official manner.
Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zolugambari, is agreeable to clearly spell out advisory responsibilities for traditional rulers in the constitution, which he says will enhance their ability to foster peace in their domains. At the Government House, Ilorin, Senate President Ahmad Lawan applauds the achievements of Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, especially as it complements the infrastructural development efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari. Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, on his part, reiterates his administration's commitment to policies, projects and programs that will break the circle of poverty and make the people more prosperous. The President of the Senate was in Kwara State to attend the program and has since departed for Abuja. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
The Cross River State Governor, Professor Ben Ayade, is of the view that Bakassi Deep Sea Port is at the heart of the future of Nigeria, as it will serve as the easiest maritime corridor to export the huge mineral resources from the north for the prosperity of the nation. Paul Abel reports that the governor made the assertion in Calabar.
The Bakassi Deep Sea Port is one of the key signature projects of Governor Ben Ayade, and though several approvals have been granted by the coordinating federal ministry, the final approval by the president is yet to be signed.
We have 3 billion tons of iron ore under your soil, and your greatest challenge is access to a maritime corridor. Calabar presents a perfect opportunity. Whether you're coming from America, and Calabar becomes your first entry point into Nigeria, no matter where you're shipping from.
The question is, what will be the fate of Bakassi Deep Sea Port come 2023? Only time will tell. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi has directed the contractors for the Kano-Kaduna Rail project to break the construction work into gangs for easy and timely completion before May 2023. He gave the directive at the monthly inspection in Kano State. Onyana Kalu, Oka reports.
It is a busy site with more equipment rolled out in compliance with the Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi's directive in order to prevent the delay witnessed during the construction of the Lagos to Ibadan rail line project. At the Dawa King Kudu construction site, there are more than 2,000 heavy equipment working daily to meet up with the deadline. The minister urged the contractors to break the work into phases for timely completion.
Break this into different gangs so that everybody is working at the same time, living at the same time. If they do that, then I'm sure that before May 2023, we will have commercial activities on the track.
He acknowledged the challenge of funding.
So the Chinese are not funding the way they used to fund us. Now, up to now, we're yet to conclude the loan on this project. So we're funding this project from the budget. However, we're putting pressure on all the necessary institutions that need to give us loan. Hopefully, that before May, we should be able to get enough money to complete this project. But currently, we'll fund it through the budget. We'll approach Minister of Finance again to fund us within this period, between now and May, hoping that by May, we should be able to get the loan.
The 204-kilometer Kano to Kaduna standard gauge rail line, when completed, is projected to be one of the most economically viable tracks in the country, conveying both passengers and cargoes. Oyinaya Kalu Oka, NTA.
Dryland comprise more than 40% of the landmass in Africa, but are facing constant threats by climate change and degradation. The Federal Minister of Environment is now harnessing the research capacity of Bayero University to address these threats. Onengie Fineface report.
More than 325 million people live in drylands. Drylands have low rainfall and high temperatures, which affect crops and livestock production. This is worsened by unsustainable land use, deforestation, erosion, and pollution. As a strategy to mitigate climate change and restore degraded land, the Federal Ministry of Environment is collaborating with Bayero University, Kano, where the Center for Dryland Agriculture is producing scientific solutions to the problems facing drylands in Nigeria.
And in fact, we would like to see researchers from Bayero University, Kano, to be on the Intergovernmental Panel on climate change. All the other international bodies, there are UN agencies for drought and desertification. There are other UN agencies all over. We have enough researchers in Nigeria to be on those panels. So we'll be collaborating greatly with the university, and we'll be ordering a lot of the seedlings, like the date palm seedlings that we want to plant for our projects in the north. We'll be ordering from this university.
And we have finished discussing with the minister. Immediately after our visit, we are going to go into MOU, and then we collaborate between the university and our ministry to see what we can do to move the economy forward.
This collaboration is expected to mitigate climate extremes like drought and promote sustainable environments using appropriate technology from the university. Onengiye Fine Face, NT News.
There's more on Panorama. Please stay with us.
We need to reach out to the people. We should convince them. We should use the systems that we have used before in getting our people vaccinated over the years.
Please, this is good for you and good for others and good for the health of all Nigerians.
I want to reassure our people that as your governor, I will not subscribe to anything that will harm you nor affect your well-being.
Which has helped other states, including our states, to demonstrate capacity to rise to the occasion in our collective effort to win the deserved war against COVID-19.
From all indications, quality, safety, efficacy, the benefits outweigh the side effects. So, from all indications, the general is safe.
I have to congratulate Mr. President and particularly the PTF, headed by the Secretary of the Government.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control has confirmed 145 new cases of COVID-19 as at Saturday, 5th of February 2022. A breakdown shows that Imo State is leading with 65 cases, followed by Lagos with 36, Ondo 20, while Kano, Osun and Rivers have 6 cases each. FCT 3 others are Delta, Kaduna and Ogun States having 1 case each. This brings the total number of confirmed cases in Nigeria to 253,685, with 230,136 discharged, while 3,139 deaths were recorded. In an effort to improve the education sector in the country, the federal government, through the UBEC, has formally handed over the model smart schools to Sokoto State government. Sheikh Muhammad Detti reports that the school is expected to address educational challenges in the state and country at large. The report.
The school was recently handed over to Sokoto State government by the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC. The school consists of primary school, junior secondary school, ICT training hall, and sports facilities. The newly constructed UBEC Model Smart School is among the 37 of its kind in Nigeria and the first to be completed, which is expected to transform the nation in global education competitiveness. UBEC will provide training, solar system, internet connectivity, teaching and learning gadgets for proper coordination of learning in the school. The Sokoto State government is expected to recruit teaching and non-teaching staff, provision of security, as well as maintenance and sustenance of the school. The UBEC Model Smart School across the nation are expected to commence operation between August and September this year. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
The Universal Basic Education has recently handed over the newly constructed model UBEC Smart School to Sokoto State government. What are the arrangements put in place by Sokoto State government towards maintaining the school? With me in the studio is Director of Planning, Sokoto State Universal Basic Education Board, Umar Muhammad Yabo. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, UBEC Smart School in Sokoto is among the 36 states and the FCT in Nigeria, and the first to be completed and commissioned. Tell us the rationale behind this school.
Well, UBEC Smart School, the name implies, is an initiative of the federal government through the Universal Basic Education Commission to ensure effective teaching and learning in basic education subsector using ICT.
Okay.
In all of the 36 states and the FCT. The idea is for the basic education to ensure that ICT, information technology, is being included at the basic education level, so that at that level the learners can be able to be equipped to manipulate as well as use internet facilities at that level before they can move forward to further their education. On that, they can be able to have skills and the prerequisite as far as ICT is concerned. And that is the motive.
So what's the role of the state government in running the school?
Well, actually, as I said earlier, the funding and even the construction of the school is totally 100% by the federal government through the Universal Basic Education Commission. The state government, when the idea came to the state government under the leadership of His Excellency, Right Honorable Aminu Tambol, he welcomed the idea and graciously provided land for the establishment or construction of the school, which is located in Sultan Abubakar College here in Sokoto. Now, the school has been, the construction has been finished and handed over to the Sokoto State government. Now, the responsibility of the Sokoto State government to provide teachers, non-teaching staff, as well as security personnel, to ensure that the school and the facilities therein were maintained to the standard, so that to ensure everything is in place before the commencement of academic school session. Yeah.
The school is expected to commence August and September this year. How ready is the state government?
Well, actually now, what we are into for the selection and the screening of qualified and competent teachers, those who have a background as far as it is concerned, so they can be able to maintain and impact the expected knowledge to the learners at the school, as well as security personnel. Security personnel are already there, are already deployed, because the contractor has already finished the school, and the school is now under our custody. So security personnel has to be provided there to ensure security of the facilities there before the commencement of the academic activities. So now security personnel are already deployed, and recruitment of non-teaching staff, as well as screening of the qualified and the competent graduate that can mind the school is on process presently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you think the school will assist in addressing out-of-school children in the state?
Well, you see, the issue of out-of-school is one of the major phenomena, more especially here in northern Nigeria. And the major issue is to have the access for those out-of-school children to be able to enroll into the conventional school or rather non-formal learning centers. So having additional schools in the state is part of having additional access for learners or for children to enroll in that school. So having the school now at our hand, it gives us additional chances, additional expansion to enroll more learners at that school. And our major issue now here is that already those, if you are able to go around to see those no out of school children are the children of no privileged parents. So we are trying to see that only less privileged are being enrolled in the school. For parents who are well-to-do, they can be able to take their children to other schools to enable those parents for their children to have access and to those facilities and be able to have this conventional or Western education.
So generally, how can you describe the educational sector in the state at present?
Well, actually, I can say the education sector present in Sokoto State is very encouraging, considering the effort and the commitment of the present administration as far as basic education is concerned. A lot has put in place and are being put to ensure that basic education has received what it's supposed to receive to ensure that teaching and learning is taking place. Because I know even last year, as far as this basic education is concerned, a total of over 75,565 children has been enrolled into school through non-formal learning centers. After 6 years, they were now being mainstreamed into conventional schools. And this year alone, through the effort of Besda and Sokoto State government, we were able to enroll over 205,000 learners across 4,100 learning centers where teachers were deployed, materials were provided, and those almajiri or out-of-school children have been enrolled.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming to the studio. I think we will have to cut it short here because of time. Thank you very much for coming to our studio. All right. In its effort to improve the repositioning of business activities in Sokoto State, government has signed a memorandum of understanding with a private firm to construct the Ilela International Market. Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice Suleiman Usman San signed the MOU on behalf of Sokoto State government. Sheikh Muhammad Detti reports.
The Ilela International Market, when completed, will serve as border market between Nigeria and Niger Republic. It will also serve as business center for the state, Nigeria, and West African countries. Commissioner of Justice Suleiman Usman, senior advocate of Nigeria, said the government of Sokoto State is determined to respect all the agreements contained in the Memorandum of Understanding for the development of the state and the nation. The Attorney General stressed the need for all stakeholders to remain committed towards the actualization of the market.
That location is not just a good hub for regional market, it can also, if properly developed and designed and other potentials incorporated into it, can even become a World Heritage Site.
State Commissioner of Commerce, Industries and Investment Bashir Gerado said the construction of the international market is part of the present administration's commitment to diversify the economy of the state. He assured of the ministry's commitment towards achieving the desired objective. Managing Director of the construction firm, Abdullahi Balaji Meta, pledged to do their best in the construction of the market to compete with world-class international markets.
We are going to put our best in the construction operation of this facility, which we hope, by the special grace of God, will change the entire socio-cultural activities and influence positively on the lives of the people of Sokoto State in general and the region entirely.
The signing of the Memorandum of Understanding was witnessed by Chairman Traders Association of the state and other stakeholders. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
We now join our sports desk for an update.
Nigeria is on the verge of establishing a University of Sport as the National Institute for Sport is being repositioned for greater heights, intellectual-wise and in terms of structure. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, confirmed this during his official visit to the institute, assured stakeholders of government support as the institute is on the track to regain its lost glory in Africa and beyond.
I look forward to a regime of new affiliations to similar sports institute, not just in Africa. There are quite a number of them across the world who some of them don't even have what we have here in terms of even archival materials. They'll build a solid library. They will do researches. We want to see the universities coming back here as a one-stop shop, even as we plan, hopefully, to have a University of Sports.
We also hope to affiliate with renowned institutions all over the world, whereby we can also be running other programs aside the NBT programs, like postgraduate diploma in sport-related courses.
From the ongoing African Cup of Nations, host Cameroon came from 3 goals down to clinch the bronze medal 5-3 on penalties at the expense of Burkina Faso on Saturday. Egypt will take on Senegal tonight in the final match. From the Nigeria Professional Football League, around 11 matches will be played across different stadiums of the Federation. Remo Stars will attempt to go back to the top of the league table in a crucial home match with rejuvenated Oluyole Warriors, as league leaders Rivers United will be the guests of Plateau United, among other matches. So far, 101 matches have been played, with 191 goals scored. In another news, the Lagos State Government and the United States Consulate have unveiled the African Drone Soccer Challenge to help students build their capacity not only in sports, but in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Use what they've learned here in other education, other careers. So we're using this as a seed to plant inside of the students.
We hope that really ignites the spark with the education ministry to be able to really focus on STEM, because STEM is the future of the tech economy.
In one of the matches decided, Pacesetters team defeated Purple Flyers 2-1. The Pacesetters, Ijayasin Senior Grammar School, emerged the overall best team. With sports update, Olumide Gutola, NT News.
Panorama this afternoon. Remember to connect with NTA. Stand against rape and rapists. Be a star.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.